Yes, I will tell about the call of the wild. A thousand that winter bug is something that made him very famous in the Northland. Thornton and Hans and Pete went to go to the easy to look for gold, but they needed money. One day they were at the Eldorado Salon. My dog can pull a sled with 500 pounds on it, said one man. Well, my dog can pull 600 pounds, said another man. Dawson musim dingin itu, Buck melakukan sesuatu yang membuatnya terkenal di Northland. Thornton, Hans, dan Peter ingin pergi ke timur untuk mencari emas, tapi mereka membutuhkan uang. Suatu hari mereka berada di Eldorado Salon. Anjingku bisa menarik kereta luncur dengan berat 500 pound, katanya. Ya, anjingku bisa menarik 600 pound, kata pria tersebut. The winner. Really? Well, why my dog can pull 700 pounds, said a third man called Madison. That's nothing, said Thornton. Beck can pull 1,000 pounds. Can he move the shed when it's frozen to the ice and then pull it 100 yards? Asked Madison. Yes, he can, said Madison. I've got $1,000 head here, and I say he can. He took a bag of gold and put it on the table. Nobody spoke. Thornton talked. I know Buck is strong, but is he really so strong? The man at the salon looked at him silently and waited. Thornton did not have $1,000 and his friends did not either. I forgot a sled what said with spot on it. Madison said, do you want to try? Thornton did not know what to say. He looked at all the men. Then he saw his old friend Jim O'Brien. Can you let me? $1,000, Jim, Thornton said softly. Sure, said O'Brien, but I don't think your dog can do it. Everyone went in the street. A lot of men stood around Matheson's sled. The sled was frozen to the ice because it was terribly cold. Pemenang, benarkah? Ya, anjingku bisa menarik 700 pound, kata pria ketiga bernama Matheson. Itu bukan apa-apa, kata Thornton. Buck bisa menarik 1,000 pound. Bisakah dia memindahkan kereta luncur saat membeku menjadi es dan kemudian menariknya 100 yard? Tanya Matheson. Baiklah. Ya, dia bisa, kata Thornton. Kata Matheson, saya punya $1,000 di sini, dan saya bilang dia tidak bisa. Dia mengambil sekantong emas dan meletakkannya di atas meja. Tidak ada yang berbicara. Thornton berpikir. Aku tahu Buck kuat, tapi apakah dia benar-benar sangat kuat? Orang-orang di salon memandangnya diam-diam dan menunggu. Thornton tidak punya $1,000 dan teman-temannya tidak. Saya punya kereta luncur di luar dengan 1,000 pounds di atasnya, kata Matheson. Apakah kamu ingin mencoba? Thornton tidak tahu harus berkata apa-apa. Dia menatap semua pria. Kemudian dia melihat temannya lamanya, Jim O'Brien. Bisakah Anda meminjamkan saya $1,000, Jim? Thornton berkata dengan lembut. Tentu, kata O'Brien, tapi kurasa anjingmu tidak bisa melakukannya. Semua orang pergi ke jalan. Banyak pria berdiri di sekitar kereta luncur Matheson. Kereta luncur itu membeku menjadi es karena sangat dingin. The call of the wild. Matheson was sure Buck called not with accent. I'm playing another $400. What about you? Thornton, Hans, and Pete talked together. They had only $200 and they added them $20,000. $100 and they handed them $2,000. Buck felt the excitement in the air. He knew he must do something great for Thornton. Buck was in perfect condition. He was a splendid dog. Thornton sat down on the snow next to Buck. He held Buck it in his hand and spoke softly in his ear. Panggilan alam liar. Matheson yakin Buck tidak bisa menang dan berkata, saya membayar $400 lagi. Bagaimana dengan Anda? Thornton, Hans, dan Peter berbicara bersama. Mereka hanya punya $200 dan mereka menambahkannya ke $1,000. Buck merasakan kegembiraan di udara. Dia tahu dia harus melakukan sesuatu yang hebat untuk Thornton. Buck dalam kondisi sempurna. Dia adalah anjing yang sangat luar biasa. Thornton duduk di salju di sebelah Buck. Dia memegang milik Buck kepala di tangannya dan berbicara dengan lembut di telinganya. The winner. If you love me, Buck, if you love me. Buck understood. He took Thornton's head between his teeth and then let go. He often did this as a sign of his love. Everyone was silent. Thornton stood up and said, ready, Buck. Buck pulled on the harness. Right, cried Thornton. Buck pulled up the right and stopped suddenly. "No, left," cried Thornton. Pemenang. "Jika kau mencintaiku, Buck, jika kau mencintaiku." Buck mengerti. Dia meraih tangan Thornton di antara giginya lalu lepaskan. Dia sering melakukan ini sebagai tanda cintanya. Semua orang diam. Thornton berdiri dan berkata, "Siap, Buck." Buck menarik tali kekang. "Benar," teriak Thornton. Buck menarik ke kanan dan berhenti tiba-tiba. "Sekarang pergi," teriak Thornton. The call of the wild. Buck pulled the left. The ice was breaking. "Now, Mas." Buck started to pull. His strong body pulled harder and harder. The sled moved a little. Suddenly it started to go forward on the snow. Buck pulled it for 100 yards. He was winner. The men shouted and the threw their heads in the air. Thornton was on the snow with Buck. He took his head and shook it. He was crying with happiness but had Thornton's hands between his teeth. In 5 minutes, Buck made on $1,600 for Thornton and his friend. With this money, they could travel to it's too long for a lost gold mine. No one knows where it is. What it was a mystery. The 3 men with Buck and 6 other dogs started to go east. They traveled up the Stewart River and into the McNeese Mountain. Thornton was not afraid of the wild. He hunted his food during the day. Buck was very happy. He loved hunting, fishing, and traveling. They camped in different places and looked for gold. In the summer, they built some boats and crossed mountain lakes and went down river. The month passed and they continued to travel in the New country. In the winter, they found an old cabin. But they did not visit a gold mine. That in the spring, they found a stream with the gold in the look like yellow butter. Every day, the men worked hard. Panggilan alam liar. Buck menarik ke kiri, esnya pecah sekarang, busuk. Buck mulai menarik, tubuhnya yang kuat menarik semakin keras. Kereta luncur itu bergerak sedikit. Tiba-tiba ia mulai bergerak maju di atas salju. Buck menariknya sejauh 100 yard. Dia adalah pemenangnya. Orang-orang itu berteriak dan melemparkan topi mereka ke udara. Thornton berada di salju bersama Buck. Dia mengambil kepalanya dan menggelengkannya. Dia menangis bahagia. Buck menyelipkan tangan Thornton di antara giginya dalam 5 menit. Buck menghasilkan 1.000. Thornton dan teman-temannya dengan uang ini mereka bisa berpergian ke timur untuk mencari tambang emas yang hilang. Tidak ada yang tahu di mana itu. Dia adalah sebuah misteri. 3 pria dengan Buck dan 6 anjing lainnya mulai pergi ke timur. Mereka melakukan perjalanan ke sungai Stewart dan ke McNeese pegunungan. Thornton tidak takut pada alam liar. Dia berburu makanannya di siang hari. Buck sangat senang. Dia suka berburu, memancing, dan bepergian. Mereka berkemah di tempat yang berbeda dan mencari emas. Di musim panas, mereka membangun perahu kecil dan menyeberangi danau pegunungan dan menyusuri sungai. Bulan-bulan berlalu dan mereka terus melakukan perjalanan di negara yang tidak dikenal. Di musim dingin, mereka menemukan sebuah pondok tua, tetapi mereka tidak menemukan tambang emas itu. Kemudian di musim semi mereka menemukan sungai dengan emas di dalamnya. Itu tampak seperti mentega kuning. Setiap hari para pria bekerja keras. Found lots of gold. They put in the many big bags. Each bag had 50 pounds of gold. The dog did nothing except watch the men and eat. Buck spent many hours sitting by the fire and dreaming. Sometime during the day he heard a call from the forest. He listened and ran off into the forest. He loved running under the tall trees and looking at the birds. One night he woke up suddenly. He heard the call again. It came from the forest and with a long howl. He ran into the forest and followed the sound. He came to an open space in the trees and saw a wolf. He was sitting and his nose was up in the air. He was looking at the sky. Buck walked toward him slowly and silently. The wolf stopped howling and ran away. Buck followed him. After some time, the wolf stopped and growled at the Buck. He was afraid because Buck was much bigger, but Buck did not want to fight. He wanted to make friends with the wolf. The wolf understood and the two knows they become friends and play together. They ran for hours through the forest and under the open sky. Old memories came back to Buck. He was very happy. They stopped by a stream to drink and Buck remembered John Thornton. The wolf wanted Buck to follow him, but Buck turned and slowly went back. The wolf followed him for a while, then he sat down and howled in West Asaba howl. Jonathan was eating dinner when Buck returned. He jumped all over Jonathan and licked his face. For 2 days and nights, Buck never left camp. He followed Jonathan everywhere, but Sandbag heard the call again. Menemukan banyak emas. Mereka memasukkannya ke dalam banyak tas besar. Setiap kantong berisi 50 pound emas. Anjing-anjing itu tidak melakukan apapun kecuali mengawasi orang-orang itu dan makan. Buck menghabiskan berjam-jam duduk di dekat perapian dan bermimpi. Terkadang pada siang hari, dia mendengar panggilan dari hutan. Dia mendengarkan dan lari ke hutan. Dia suka berlari di bawah pohon tinggi dan melihat burung-burung. Suatu malam, dia bangun tiba-tiba. Dia mendengar panggilan itu lagi. Itu datang dari hutan dan melolong panjang. Dia berlari ke hutan dan mengikuti suara itu. Dia datang ke rumah terbuka di pepohonan dan melihat seekor serigala. Dia sedang duduk dan hidungnya terangkat ke udara. Dia sedang melihat ke langit. Buck berjalan ke arahnya perlahan dan tanpa suara. Serigala berhenti melolong dari lari mengikutinya. Setelah beberapa waktu, serigala itu berhenti dan mengeram pada Buck. Dia takut karena Buck jauh lebih besar. Tapi Buck tidak ingin melawan. Dia ingin berteman dengan serigala. Serigala mengerti dan mereka menyentuh hidung mereka menjadi teman dan bermain bersama. Mereka berlari berjam-jam melewati hutan dan di bawah langit terbuka. Kenangan lama kembali ke Buck. Dia sangat senang. Mereka berhenti di tepi sungai untuk minum dan Buck mengingat John Thornton. Serigala ingin Buck mengikutinya, tapi Buck berbalik dan perlahan mundur. Serigala mengikutinya. Sementara waktu lalu dia duduk dan melolong. Itu adalah lolongan sedih. Thornton sedang makan malam ketika Buck kembali. Dia melompat semua atas Thornton dan menjilat wajahnya selama 2 hari 2 malam. Buck tidak pernah meninggalkan perkemahan. Dia mengikuti Thornton kemana-mana, tapi segera Buck mendengar panggilan itu lagi dia. Talk about his little brother and the forest. Buck began to sleep out of night. He stayed away from camp for the 3-4 days. Once he stayed away for a week, he looked for his little brother but could not feed him. I fished in the stream and killed animal for food. Every part of his body was alive and healthy. He was strong and faster than the dogs. There was so much energy. Buck. One day Buck was going to the forest. Thornton said, "What a fantastic dog," and Hans Peter agreed. Memikirkan saudara laki-lakinya yang liar dan hutan, Buck mulai tidur di malam hari. Dia menjauh dari camp selama 3 atau 4 hari. Suatu kali, dia pergi selama seminggu. Dia mencari saudara laki-lakinya yang liar tetapi tidak dapat menemukannya. Dia memancing sungai dan membunuh untuk dimakan. Setiap bagian tubuhnya hidup dan sehat. Dia lebih kuat dan lebih cepat dari anjing lain. Ada begitu banyak energi di Buck. Suatu hari Buck pergi ke hutan. Thornton berkata, "Anjing yang luar biasa." Hans dan Peter stood. Oke, thank you, bye-bye.